Because I'm now disappointed in Austin. I'm reconsidering
He's
having him
permanent
on tonight.
from now on. It's permanent.
Paul George versus
It's
Jimmy
permanent.
Butler. Paul George versus Jimmy Butler. This is a comparison that would have been a
I
lot
don't
more
care what
fun
you
when
say.
they were
It's permanent.
younger. This would have been a lot more fun when they were younger. Very. I don't want to say similar players because Jimmy Butler can't shoot, but
Hey,
they've always
Rehn.
been known as the
Hey,
two-way
Rehn.
players in the league.
Guess who's shooting better than
What?
Trae Young this
What?
year from 3? Yeah, it would be Jimmy
Jimmy
Butler.
Butler.
So if Jimmy Butler can't shoot, then Trae Young can't shoot, right? This year, right?
I this year
Okay.
this year Trey cannot shoot. I never will deny that. This has been a
Okay.
horrible shooting year for Trey Young.
Okay.
You are absolutely right. Do you want
Okay.
a cookie for me
I,
saying that?
I
Because
was just
it's
I'm just saying.
there's
Because
so Jimmy Butler versus Paul
Jimmy
George.
Butler.
Angelo, take it away.
Jimmy
Jimmy Butler.
rebounds, averaging more assists, higher field goals. Yes, less three-pointer, higher PER, almost double the win shares. I will take Jimmy Butler. That's
Um, again, we're in disagreement. We're in complete
okay.
disagreement because I'm taking in today's NBA, you live by the three, you die by the three. If your star player or one of your star players cannot shoot the three or can't shoot it well, I'm not having it. Now, playoff Jimmy turns it up and he's a different beast, sure, whatever. Regular season Jimmy just doesn't seem to care about the regular season.
And yet somehow he is averaging more rebounds, averaging more assists, has a higher PER, and is contributing more to his team winning than Paul George when he doesn't care. I,
Carrot,
I'm just saying. You wanted to compare this season. This is what I'm doing.
I'm not disagreeing with that. What I'm disagreeing with, I will talk about in just 1 second after I finish looking it up because I want to confirm that I am correct
Okay.
on this. Okay, no, they're actually similar.
Uh huh.
Never mind.
Go on.
I was going to
Uh huh.
compare their teams' records, but what does Paul George
A
have that Jimmy
3.
Butler doesn't have? Well, no, a Kawhi. He has a team.
Man,
I
I
also
really wish I
just
lived in your world where DeJounte Murray, John Collins, Bam Adebayo are bums. Man,
Oh no.
yes.
Jimmy's got a starting five, starting four. But are
The
you
bench
going to
is
tell
awful.
me that if you're building a team, if you're building a team, you want Dwayne Dedmon on your team? He's one of your pieces that you
The
want
bench is
coming off the
awful.
bench playing legitimate minutes.
But we're talking about Jimmy
The
Butler and
bench
Paul
is awful.
George.
That's what I'm saying. Right. One of these players has to put the backpack on more frequently, so their numbers are going to be a little bit more inflated. Remember Russ in OKC? Remember Russ
Are you really
averaging
comparing
triple double
are
for a
you really
season?
comparing
Is that
Jimmy
Russell
Butler right now
Westbrook?
to Russell Westbrook?
I'm just saying somebody has to get those rebounds, somebody has to get those assists. That's all I'm saying.
The teams
I'm taking Paul George. I'm taking Paul George. There's nothing
all
you
right.
could say that could convince me
All right.
not to. I think that Paul George, I'm not building a team around him, but I'm not building a team
All right.
around Jimmy Butler either. I'm talking about who's going to be the Robin to
All right.
whatever my Batman's going to be. Paul George fits that role better.
Yeah. All right. All right.
And Paul George is also like 6'10". They've got him
They got
listed shorter on
they
Basketball Reference, I know, but I believe he's
6'8" is
actually
what they
6'10".
listed.
He can
But yeah.
guard 2 through 3 or 2 through 4. He can guard 2
He
through
actually
4,
weighs less than Jimmy Butler
probably
too.
through 5. And and who's the only player that went toe to toe with LeBron in the playoffs that like played the
You
same
mean Jimmy
position?
Butler's never played LeBron in the finals?
Small door.
You mean Jimmy Butler didn't do everything he can to try to win that game in overtime? Is that what you mean?
Everything did everything he could except
Wow.
win.
I love sticking to the current year
Wow.
format.
Wow.
What do you got, Austin?
Oh, I'm. I don't want to say because you're gonna kick me off. I don't want to say because you're gonna kick me off the show.
Because he knows I'm right. You know. Whoa. What do you want?
And you know I'm a
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler hater. Jimmy Butler hater, but I
Thank
think Jimmy's
you.
got it this year.
Like, what are you arguing?
Shooting's just too important. I can't.
Okay.
I
Okay.
can't.
Then why isn't Darius Garland better than Trae Young?
I mean, I mean, I just, I don't think your argument about Kawhi being
How many
on
games has
Paul
Kawhi even
George's
played
team
this
is valid
year?
because
No. That's talking about like the talent spread, the talent dispersal on each of their teams because we brought up win shares and like effective per and all that, and that's correlated to that. So if you're the only person on your team that's going to be getting points or rebounds or assists or whatever, those numbers are going to be higher. I just I'm taking Paul.
Okay.
I'm taking Paul.
Okay.
I'm taking
Okay.
pandemic P.
And you thought this was gonna be boring. This was the boring section, people. This was supposed to be in the boring section.
else.
This was supposed to be the boring section because looking at it, this was the only like the first two. I
Yeah.
was like, this is easy. Like everyone's gonna pick these because this makes it like later on. Like as I'm looking down the list, there's one more that I think is going to be easy, and we're gonna that's the next one. And if we all don't pick the same one here, which knowing Angelo, actually, we're not going to. In fact, I know we're not going to. So we're going to get right to it.